So my number 3 would be to build capital.
Build capital.
Build capital. You have to have capital. I've always said, you can trade $100 account and flip it and then try to make 1 to 2% a day, proper risk, but you're not going to. It's going to take a long time.
Very long time.
So I'm always big on just building capital, doing something, whether it's cutting out something that you're already doing in your life that you're like, I don't need to spend that. It's like when I look at people and subscriptions and all the stuff they got for Netflix and YouTubes and Hulus and all this, it's like, if you got rid of just all that junk, you're going to save
an extra $50, $100 to put in your account
all day.
What is going on, everyone? This is Anthony. You know me as Anthony's World from Instagram. We are in Paradise Studios once again on this beautiful, wonderful day. We are sitting with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Andy Peters, my homie, the gangster, the OG.
I'm just the old guy.
The old guy.
The old guy.
The old guy. You all know Andy from my Instagram. He hasn't been on the podcast yet, but he's been in the vlogs. He's been around, and man, I'm pretty hyped for this one. This is going to be fun. But for everyone that doesn't know, do you mind giving them your Instagram handle?
Yeah, it's _Andy Peters _.
Dope. And
that's the only one I have, and I will never ask you for money.
Right? I feel like we have to say that. But we will put his Instagram in the link below. This man has been changing the game up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's got the Pip Lab. You call it, well, it's the Pip Connect. But
yeah, Pip Lab.
So we have
the Pip Connect.
Yeah.
And then we built the Pip Lab, which is like an education and trading facility.
Yeah. But then you have the Pip Connect is your group, but the Pip Lab is the actual place.
Correct, yeah.
I love it. It's pretty dope.
Thanks,
it was in the Miami Chattanooga vlog that just dropped.
It was.
Yeah, y'all got to see a little snippets of it. But head over to this guy's Instagram to check it out more. But man, you've been on a freight train lately. This last year has been just crazy watching you just go from like just your growth and how you were like, I remember in Scottsdale when you first came to visit, you're like, I want the R8.
I was so reserved. I was reserved.
But you wanted that R8, man, and you and then tell a little about like how you got the R8.
Yeah, so the R8
kept it.
So
for a week.
Yeah, man. So so for me, I've just always been, I guess, I love nice things. So I mean, like I've always had nice cars and stuff, but I never went crazy with it. I always, was reserved because it was that mentality of save money.
Yeah.
You want to save money.
Always
save it for a rainy day. I've heard that my entire life. I mean, even since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Every time you get $100, stash it away. Don't spend it. If you save up to another 100, roll it up, stash it, save. So that's what I've always done. And then when I came up to Scottsdale, we're hanging out and I talked to you and, we're talking about money's not real. And it's not like this, and I'd always thought about it to some extent because you're like, the same, I always use the Taco Bell analogy, the same dollar at Taco Bell 10 years ago is not the same dollar it is today. Your dollar at Taco Bell today is worth 22 cents if you think about it and cost comparison of what you're paying for it.
Yeah.
So I never really thought about it. And then when I come out to Scottsdale, I'm just watching you just live life, do what you want to do, lose $500,000, go buy a pista.
Spend a lot of money, lose a lot of money.
Which it's been a year.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been a year. And we're here in Florida for the year anniversary. Didn't even plan it that way.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is awesome.
So I go out to Scottsdale. I'm hanging out with Anthony. We're having a good time. And I'm like, I'm buying an R8. So luxury auto collection.
Luxury auto.
That's who had it. And shout out to Joe. That's your dude, right?
Well, he don't work there anymore.
Oh, well. Scratch that. No shout out to Joe.
Yeah. No shout out to Joe no more.
That's
Joe no more.
It's all good. Y'all don't ask for Joe. He's not there. So, see, that's why I love these things.
Yeah.
And when I'm not kept in the loop, I don't know. So, but still, shout out to Joe because he still follows me, I think. But yeah, so I go out there and, they just got these amazing cars. And I'm like, I'm going to purchase this R8. And I've been looking at it online. So I go into the dealership.
You did look at it for a hot minute.
Dude, I looked at the thing every day. Because when you want something, you're looking at it. You're getting yourself hyped up for it. And Anthony's like, are you ready? And I'm like, bro, I got the cash. So I pull it out of my wallet, and I've got the cash to buy this car.
Literal cash.
Yeah, just a wad of it. And
he drove all the way from Tennessee to Scottsdale from Tennessee with a wad of cash. Right, I was like, man. Dude, you're crazy.
Through New Mexico. which was sketchy because we had to go through customs. A
Oh,
little
shit.
border patrol thing or whatever. Not really customs, but they do the border patrol and look underneath and inside. Did you know that?
Not in New Mexico?
Bro, yes. You go through this little border crossing thing. The guy knocked on the window, you roll it down. It's like a toll booth. And he's like, he asked me, said, how many people are in your car? I'm like, it's an RV. And he didn't laugh.
Oh.
And I was like,
He's serious.
my wife and 3 kids. And it was because of COVID, they just can't walk in.
Uh.
So they like just kind of looked around. He's like, where are you going? Like Scottsdale,
Shit,
Arizona.
COVID was a thing. When
Yeah,
you
it
were
was
there.
hot and heavy. So they couldn't come in your vehicle or
That's
look
right.
through.
I forgot. COVID
Yeah.
was a thing.
So I'm just sitting there, and Hannah was like, what are you going to do if they search and they find all the money and the drugs we came? Because we come over with, no, I'm just kidding. We didn't have any drugs. No drugs.
I was like, oh, shit.
But she's like, what are you going to do if they search? I was like, babe, it's just money in an RV.
They can.
But they can, So anyhow, long story short, we get there. I'm going to get the R8. Tyler's having his time with the pista. Everything's good. And he hits me. He's like, so you see that R8 over there? He's firing me up. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's yours. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go there. I sat in. Remember, I sat in it.
Oh, yeah, you were ready.
Oh,
He was
bro,
ready. He was sitting there like.
I pretend like I'm changing the gears. Like, I'm ready, man. I get out. He's like, so when are you going to get it? I was like, probably tomorrow. So I talked to Joe, who's no longer there. And I was like, so I'll hit you up tomorrow, and we'll come by here. He's like, all right. Gave me his card and all the information. We left, and that night for dinner, Tyler's like, so you're going to buy 2 R8s? I'm like, why? He's like, well, if you can't afford to buy 2, you don't need 1. It's like, well, I didn't bring that much money with me. And it got me thinking in the fact of, wow, if you're going to pay for something, you really need that extra money sitting there you're willing to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it, but I wasn't willing to let go double that,
Yeah.
And that's where I saw I had a really tight connection with money and how I was saving it. So that was kind of my eye-opener, experience, which there was a lot that took place in that trip. But that was kind of the aha moment that,
Sponsor us.
Yeah. Sponsor us. We drink AHA and Reliquid Deaths. But yeah, that's kind of what woke me up to the fact of how much I was just saving money, not willing to spend it to make more money.
Your attachment to money caused you
it was-
to not have money.
Yeah. I mean, it really did.
Well, I mean, you had money, but not like, yeah. And that is literally the what I want to, I've been trying to preach and get across to people is that when you lose that attachment to money,
you make more money.
you make more money.
Like, it's crazy.
It just naturally comes to you. Like that's why for me, I had to go broke.
Yeah.
Like I had to lose a lot of money and go broke for me to lose that, to lose that attachment.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's just a realization of things. Like it's just a random.
It's
realization.
a reset.
It's
a reset.
It's a change of your whole perspective and mindset on money.
So yeah, for me, I think that was the eye opener, and it kind of sucked because I
you
came
didn't get
back
to go home with your R8.
I came back home, and everyone's like, "Bro, where's your car?" And I'm like, "I didn't buy it." They're like, "Well," I was like, "I didn't take enough money. I couldn't buy 2."
Yeah.
So I just kind of let that sit. Which I did get the R8.
Yeah.
It was like 2 months after that, I think.
No,
or maybe
a little longer.
3 months, something like that. I forget. I got it in October, so 5 months.
Yeah.
Like 5 months later, I got the R8.
And you had it for like 2 days.
Yeah. Did a few things to it. And then again, when we were in Scottsdale and you had your Ferrari, he's like, Anthony was like, when you getting yours? Give me a year. Give me a year, I'll have one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right under a year.
right under a year, a month ago, actually.
Yeah. Y'all saw the vlog.
Y'all saw the vlog.
And
for
if you
that
didn't,
one.
we'll drop it in the description below.
But the big change for me was just losing that attachment. And that was the big thing, was I was so afraid to let go of money to make more money because we had money.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, if you spend all your money, the mentality was always my entire life from everyone's ever taught me anything was if you spend money, you're losing money. Like you're losing it. But it's like the reason people are afraid to spend the money to make more money is they think they can't make that money back.
Right.
It's like, oh, if I spend $1,000, God, that took me, they started applying hours to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you make money without having to give your hours away, you're not losing your time, which means now you're not valuing money with time.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you value money with time, you're always going to value it heavy. You're always going to be connected to it because time's everything. But when you just make a couple of grand in a minute, 10 minutes, seconds, you don't have a problem spending it.
But it's you don't. But it's a process to get there.
Oh, all day.
Like it's a process to get to that point.
Yeah, all day.
That time in your life where you can, like that's like just my biggest preaching is that like don't focus on the money.
Patience.
Well, patience, but don't focus on the money and lose the attachment to money. I get people, you need money to live. So, handle your shit, handle your shit, but don't.
We have to remember that people have to have money to live, but look how they're living.
And yeah, they're doing the same thing they don't like doing.
That's the big
to keep on doing what they don't like doing.
Bro, I've got like
it doesn't make sense to me. That I never have been able to grasp that in my mind. People do something they hate doing to keep on doing what they hate doing.
Well, what's even crazier is think about this. People will continue working a job they hate to pay for things they can't enjoy.
Yeah.
Like when I go through my Instagram, that's the number one thing I get. They message me and they're like, I hate my job. I've been working here for 10 years. I'm in a rut. How do I get out? I want to spend more time with my kids. I want to be a better dad, or I want to be a better mom. I don't want to miss my kids growing up. That's probably like the number one thing I get. And I'm like, well, you could spend a lot more time with your kids if you downsized your life. Well, if I didn't live in that house, my friends are going to think I'm not doing well. If I have to drive a used car instead of my new car, I'm going to have people that think my husband and I aren't doing good at all.
Who cares?
It's like, who cares?
No.
Like, who cares? And that's the
No
thing
one
is,
does.
like, they want to live in the new house. They want to drive the new cars because it looks good.
I don't have the new clothes.
Everything because it looks good. They have to live in this neighborhood because of the status quo or whatever with their friends. But the job that they're working is what's paying for all this. If they didn't have this, they didn't have to have this job. And that was kind of what me and Hannah did. You know, a few years back, we scaled down everything. And I mean, people were like, man, they're broke. It's like, we're living like we're broke, but we're trying to save up capital to do something with. And that's where it come into saving. And then that just fell into the rut of saving,
It's
not doing
constantly
anything with
evolving.
it. Yeah.
You're constantly evolving with your current situation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we talk about it all the time, how like you really don't have it figured out. Like no one does. No one even thinks they have it. Like if you think you have this thing called life figured out, you're lost. You're lost. Like I can tell you right now, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing.
Me and Hannah wing every day.
Oh, every day of my life.
Ask Noah. If y'all don't know, Noah's my dude. I'll drop a link too for him somewhere on here. I don't know where.
We'll put his Instagram in the description.
But like y'all see Noah with me all the time, and I mean he sees it firsthand. Like we have no idea what we're. People are like, man, y'all's family's so put together, and y'all schedule.
And he's like,
it's like y'all schedules with your kids must be amazing. And it's like we don't have a schedule. There's times our kids are on the road at 2 a.m. in the morning going to a random Airbnb just because they said, I want a swimming pool tonight. And it's like, well, we can't swim, kids, because it's raining in Chattanooga, but we found an indoor swimming pool, and we just take off and go, you know? So, I'm not big on schedules and routines. And I mean, I have routines for myself when it comes to like trading or something. Yeah. But outside of that, it's like I wing life every day.
Yeah. Oh,
because we could die tomorrow.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm.
We don't even know what we're doing now.
Like right now, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But no, I mean it's great though. Like it keeps us on our toes and it keeps us constantly growing. So that's a little bit of the personal life. But what about like trading? Like, so you've been trading crypto since
early days.
Crypto was
years
before crypto was crypto. And then how has that helped you in the transition to trading Forex?
It helped me with drawdown. People are like, how do you handle drawdown? It's like, bro, I was part of the 2018 whirlwind that happened.
Yeah.
I can handle any drawdown.
Yeah.
But no, it helped me a lot because crypto moves fast. Crypto moves really fast.
Very fast.
And it can be manipulated. And
right now, because it's so small.
Yeah. And you can't, when we come into Forex, it's like, I mean, you don't really have a well in Forex. Like no one's going and dropping, a big sell causing GU to crash. It's not happening. So because of that, it's just made it move in slow motion. So when I look at Forex, it's like move. And they're like, bro, it just dropped 80 pips. It's like, it needs to drop like 8,000.
Yeah, right.
So it helped me a lot.
I mean, but I will say years ago, it moved a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Like it moved a lot. Like I think before you started trading.
Before
you started trading Forex, like a long time ago.
If you look at the charts, you can see it.
GJ back in the day, moved 200 to 300 pips a day.
I know, it's wild.
like a day. Now it's moving like what, 80 to 100?
I mean, current situations and people that are running countries have slowed things down a little bit.
Bastards.
It happens.
Speed the shit up.
Yeah.
Get Donald Trump back in. Let's get some tweets going, baby. Let's
need
get
the
some tweets going. I loved
We
it.
need 'em.
Make some money from tweets.
Yep. Hey, bro, that was my signal group for US 30.
Was it?
Yeah. As soon as a tweet would come, I sold. And it worked every time.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. Let's get him back in office so I can make some more money.
We need to build him a Telegram. Just tell him to start posting in Telegram.
Just post your tweet. Instead of Twitter, let's post it to Telegram.
that's it.
And every time, just sell.
Done.
I
love it.
That'd be great.
But yeah, training's been fun. It's been fun.
It is.
I've taken some time off though, just to focus on the Pip Connect and the Pip Lab and all that stuff. Because when I'm trading, I have to be in a good place as far as like my zone. I'm not one of those people where I can just pick up a phone and hit a button. I have before, but I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I've been focusing a lot on that, which is coming along really good. Just got to get.
So that's what's next.
Yeah,
that leads right into my next question is
what's next? So we're looking at another space in Chattanooga to build a trading society group. So instead of just having a group of people coming to learn and educate, actually build a place where it's like a member base of people that are, traders, where they're not coming in to educate. They want like a members only type atmosphere. Build like a little private member bar in the back of it and stuff. So
that'd be fun.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
In the chat.
In Chattanooga, man.
Chattanooga. I'll be coming to Chattanooga a lot.
So I hope so.
I'll be coming
ready
there
for you.
Why not? Let's check it out. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's kind of what
we're ready. Yeah, all right. We're gonna be coming to Chattanooga a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're building.
There's a bar.
And bar in the back.
Yeah.
And we're hoping just to get people motivated because that's the big thing is people just die off so quick. When they're not successful with something.
And I can speak into like the terms of like trading. It gets boring.
Yeah,
it gets very boring and old and repetitive. So when you're, like sitting there day in, day out,
especially if you're not winning.
Yeah. If you're losing money, shit sucks.
Yeah,
like that shit sucks. Just sitting there day in, day out, looking at a screen at your house. Like, no, I love it. Like, I think we should build them all around the world, the United States. We should just open up hubs.
That's what we've been talking about.
Trading hubs, just boom, boom, boom.
So we
hubs. Yeah.
And what's really cool is we've started to see now that it's at first, like the first 2 weeks, no one's coming in to utilize it, like one or two people. And now we're noticing that like on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Friday nights, evenings or whatever, people are coming in, they're bringing their dinner, they're sitting down, they're marking up charts together, they're having trade ideas together. So it's pretty cool to see that momentum grow because like this is what I want them to, I want them to teach each other.
Well, you learn by teaching
what they're seeing instead of just me, because I can sit in a room of 100 people and tell them exactly how I trade and no one's going to trade like me.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting in a room with everyone, you're going to pick up on something that stands out for you.
So we're going to come up. I got a fun little kind of game. We're going to lay down 10 trading tips for people. Okay. You're going to go 5 and I'm going to do 5.
Okay.
So you're going to go 1, I'm going to go 1. But like trading tip. Like, let's just hit on with some trading tips. I mean, because that's what everyone wants is like, what's going to make me better?
Yeah.
Like, what's going to make them a better trader? And like, what have you done to make you a better trader?
Yeah.
And what could help them and what has helped me?
I mean, so I'll go first. And the thing that helps me the most is journaling.
Journaling?
Yeah. I love knowing where my head's at.
Or so you like actual journal, or do you like...
That's journal.
Okay.
Like I wake up in the morning and the question I ask myself is, how do you feel? Because I have found that if I feel crappy,
you don't trade.
I don't trade good.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. I just went back and started looking at losing trades.
And it was on days you felt like shit.
And I looked at Instagram and I was like, what did I do the night before? Or what did I do that day?
Mm-hmm.
And it was always like I stayed up too late, or we were out partying, or we did something. I felt like crap. So as soon as I write that down, how do you feel? And I'm like, don't feel that great. I just go ahead and shut it. I'm done. I'm not trading that day.
I love it. So for me, to feed off of that, the number 2, what I would recommend is figuring out what type of trader you are. And it goes into journaling. Yeah. But specifically journal your trades. I'm a big believer in journaling your trades, or even hooking your account up to a MyFX book. Mm-hmm. Figure out if you're a better seller than buyer. Figure out if your trades are are you winning more when they're longer term or shorter term trades? Figuring out what type of trader you are is really key. And that's how you can also learn how to scale and grow accounts. I tell people all the time, the best way to flip an account or really grow an account is by figuring out what type of trader you are. Figure out your win percentage and then base your percentage that you're willing to risk off of your win percentage. So if you have $1,000 account and let's say you trade demo and you say, okay, you figure out what type of trader you are. And let's say you comes down to it, you're a 3-to-1 R to R and you're a 40% trader, which is still great. I mean, you're still profitable at a 40% trader and a 3-to-1 R to R. Figure out that side of things. And then you can figure, okay, if I, out of 10 trades, if I risk 10% per trade, then, and I'm a 40% trader, then I know I'm going to be good. Yeah. You know, you're going to be good. You can lose the first 2 trades, but you're still risking that 10%.
Yep.
So that's kind of like what I tell people when it comes to flipping an account. Figure out what type of trader you are, and you'll grow confidence with that.
So my number 3 would be to build capital.
Build capital.
Build capital. You have to have capital. I've always said, you know, you can trade $100 account and you know, flip it and then try to make 1 to 2% a day, proper risk, but you're not going to. It's going to take a long time.
Very long time.
So I'm always big on just building capital. Doing something, whether it's cutting out something that you're already doing in your life that you're like, I don't need to spend that. You know, it's like when I look at people and subscriptions and all the stuff they got for Netflix and YouTubes and Hulu's and all this, it's like, if you got rid of just all that junk, you're going to save
an extra $50, $100 to put in your account
all day. And you do that every single month. And then you do something on the side, you know, whether you,
because trading is a lifestyle.
Yeah, it truly is.
It really is. Trading is a lifestyle that you have to bend your current lifestyle to match that, to match what you want your lifestyle to be.
So that was mine, just build more capital.
Build more capital. I love it. I love it. Number 4 for me would be sticking to your plan. Yeah. Once you learn what type of trader you are, then stick to that plan of trading. So many people are really good traders, but they don't stick to their plan. And and like, this is a little like little tidbit nugget, I guess, is what I recommend doing is when you figure out what type of trader you are, and let's say you're risking 3% per trade, don't risk 3% of your account at your current account balance. Like if I start with $1,000 and I'm risking 10, let's just say 10% to make it super simple. If my account goes to $900, I'm still using that original amount.
Yeah, because that other trade could still come up.
Well, not just that, but if you keep going, changing it, like, no, I'm not saying change it on a monthly basis, but, you know, or a weekly basis. But I've seen so many times they change it and then they'll lose one trade and they go off the new trade and then it doesn't make up for the loss, even though they won more percent wise.
Yep.
So that's kind of like my, you know, stick to that plan.
All right. Number 5, something I use that helps me trade decently, is I use a naked chart now.
Okay.
So I try to get rid of all the
bullshit.
Yeah, all the stuff that you took off my screen a long time ago. Now, granted, you know, there are times where you guys see me use like swing high, swing low markers because I love swing high, swing low markers. I love them. Yeah. But that's something that I only use on US 30 scalping. I don't use that on every pair. So trading naked charts helped me a lot just because I see the full picture. Okay. I see the price and it's clear for me.
Yeah. Something I've been doing recently, I guess this is my tip 6. Something I've been doing recently is looking at it from different screens. Like I now go from, you know, trading view, MetaTrader on the computer to MetaTrader on my phone. Sometimes like you can get lost in trading view because it's so much data. You can get so lost in the data. And for a long time, I was like the biggest person, only trading view, only trading view. Now I'm looking at it like I look at it on my phone because the data, it keeps the data.
Yeah, you're only looking at those few candles there instead of the.
And if you zoom too far out, it kind of makes it all jumbly. So I'm like, I gotta stick to that right data.
No, that makes complete sense. So then number 7 for me, which goes back to like journaling, I guess, figure out your style, is making sure you're just in a good place.
Yeah.
Which almost goes number 1 as you start to journal yourself. If you're just in a bad place emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, I think you're going to be a sucky trader.
Yeah.
I've never met a good trader that's
not
like
right. profitable.
Yeah. And you're like, so bro, how's your life? And he's like, man, it's the worst ever. Like my wife just left me.
Yeah,
you know, I've gained 100 pounds. I
Yeah.
just bankrupt. It's like,
yeah,
you're not gonna.
I mean,
be
but
a
that's any
trader.
business.
Yeah,
like, and you know, for me, like that leads into the treat it like it's a business.
So that's your number 8.
Don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Treat it like it's a business. Don't treat it like it's a hobby. You need to treat it like it's a business. Your day in, your day out. You go in, you look at the charts, you're doing the thing. You don't treat it like a hobby. If you treat it like a hobby, this hobby will make you go bankrupt. Yeah. This hobby will take everything from you. You need to treat this like a business. And it's hard to, because you're sitting at a phone, or you're sitting at your phone and you're like, I'm pressing a button. Oh, I just made $10. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to do that. And it took me a long time. And like, I've gone through trading ruts because I got too confident in my trading. And then like I just treated it like it was bad, like it wasn't a business. And that really caused me that affected my trading a lot.
Well, and you can find yourself too, when you do treat it like a job, where you're actually, strapped to a desk, and it's a 9 to 5 now. So that's kind of, I'm just echoing off that. This isn't my number 9, but it's like, where we always say you're really not wanting, most people are leaving a 9 to 5 because they don't want to be stuck at a desk.
Right.
So you also don't want to be stuck at a desk. But I feel like when you first start out trading,
you can get burnt out.
You're kind of stuck having to almost treat it like a 9 to 5. Yeah. Like you're having to wake up at a specific time to watch the pair that move and all this stuff.
Yeah, you can get burnt out real quick too.
So I think it's that fine balance of you're going in hot and heavy to learn, to really figure it out. And then along that way, you're finding your trading style, you're journaling, you're finding your niche, and it all just kind of goes in.
Works itself out.
Yeah. So then my number 9 would be just to have a good mentor and motivator. I think it's good. I never really officially had one, but like I look to like you and Q and, Brad and Jeff and a few other people that, didn't necessarily mentor me from like, oh, we're jumping on a call to show you this. Yeah. But I had someone in my lane
that was influencing you.
Exactly. And I think I don't say you have to have that, but I think a majority of people like
it helps.
Yeah, it helps tremendously.
I agree with that. Like for a long time, I was the person that was like, I don't want to teach people. I don't want to educate people. Yeah. And then I'm realizing like you can help people with that.
Yeah.
It really does help people.
Like, dude, look at us at First Watch yesterday.
Yeah.
Like I'm in Santa Rosa and I walked in First Watch and I see this dude mean mugging me. And I'm like,
shout out to Drew.
Yeah, I was like, shout out to Drew. And I'm like, why is this guy looking? And he just keeps looking. And I'm like, I'm about to have to see what's up with this guy. He keeps staring at me. Yeah. And then as I'm walking by, he's like, man, are you Andy Peters from Instagram? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you have a second just to sit down? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I kind of recognized his face, but I didn't. Yeah. And as soon as I sit down, he's like, bro, I follow you on Instagram. He was like, you and Anthony have changed my life. Like I put in my 2 weeks notice at my job. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it's like,
he's been killing it.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, this is crazy. And it happens at least, 2 or 3 times a week. Me and Noah will be out eating. Someone will get me a drink or someone will just come to the table and, they're like, man, you changed my life. And when I hear that, it's like, that's
worth it.
That's worth it. Like if only one person hears what we say and it changed their life for the better, totally.
And a lot more. I mean, it's changing a lot more lives than just one person.
Yeah, tons.
Yeah.
How many people have we just tanked their life though? Think about that. No, I'm just kidding. Get into trading.
Get into trading. Quit your job. Do it, damn it.
They put their house up for equity line of credit. Yeah. It's not funny, but
no, it's pretty funny.
But if you do that as an adult,
you're sadly,
because people did that back in crypto days.
Yeah.
When and all they had to do was hold it.
I mean, look at now.
Yeah.
Like look at it now. So my biggest tip, and
this is number 10.
Yes. This is the last tip. My biggest tip is have fun with it. Like, try and thoroughly enjoy it. Really, really enjoy trading.
Yeah.
If you quit your job to do this and you don't enjoy it, you're still in the same position you were in at your job. Like, make sure you enjoy trading.
And that's what's good to trade with someone. Then again, that's why we have the Pip Lab.
And networking and stuff like that. Like, but make sure you're enjoying the entrepreneur life. Because if you're not, then what you're going through right now and working for is not what you want.
Well, and that can take you into another subject too, of where you've always said the whole lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes people hate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they get involved and they think, Lambo next week.
Yeah.
Or, I'm going to have my private jet in a year.
Yeah. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah. And I mean, we had a Zoom that we did like probably 2 or 3 weeks ago and had a pretty good bit of people in there, like 200-300 people. And I was pretty excited to have a Zoom just randomly with that many people in there. And we're sitting there talking and people were asking questions and I was answering them as we're asking questions. And one of the questions come up of, if I'm just now starting out, how long do you think it'll take me to be successful? And I was like, well, I don't know, because success is different for everyone.
Yeah.
And
very different.
Yeah, very different. And they were like, well, how long do you think it'd be till I could have the lifestyle you have? And I was like, I'm old, man. Like, I'm not one of the younger ones. I'm like the dad of the Forex group. I'm the old guy. I was like, I'm 39.
Mm-hmm.
And for what I've done for the last 8 to 9 years is what has me where I'm at today.
It's not just trading.
It's not just trading. It was businesses. It was working. It was saving up. Like, I mean, I would be lying if I said everything I have now is just because of trading.
Yeah.
And when I say that, like, you started seeing people on the call just dip out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I'd thrown water on a fire. It was gone. Yeah. And I was like, man, that just killed the mood of everyone on here. But it's like, but we will spend 10 years at a job being miserable, but then not want to take 3 to 4 years to do something that's going to change your life.
It's like, I got to look at it like college. People go to college. They pay to go to college, but they won't spend time doing this.
No.
This can change your life. You can make as much money as you want in this.
And I mean, I'm not trying to plug memberships because I mean, you have yours, I have my stuff that we do, but it's like, hey man, how can I do this or how can I do that? Yeah. It's like, hey, come be part of the Pip Lab. Come do this with us. And they'll say, I just don't have $80 to spend, or I don't have $100 to spend. It's like, well, if you don't have $100 to spend, then how do you even have money to start investing? But then you watch their lifestyle and they're buying their girlfriend all the new, LV stuff. They're going to eat the fancy dinners. They've got the new this, the new that. It's like,
it's there. It's right in front of you, damn it. It's in front
of you, but because you want to just look so good.
Yeah. What's the saying? Don't like, what's the saying? Like, don't look good, be good. Like,
I don't know, but I like that.
like don't like look good. Don't try to impress others to like actually be good. Like actually, you're comfortable.
Do you know how many people laughed at me when I drove my Lexus? I still get laughed at. When I drive my Lexus, like I have pulled in parking lots at restaurants, like the ones that we probably spend the most at some of these restaurants. Mm-hmm. And I'll pull up my little Lexus and like some of the valet guys, if they don't know us, will be like, sir, you can't valet that here. Yeah. And it's like, bro, it's, and then you'll see another guy come in. He's like, yo, that's Andy. He's a buddy of mine. He's the one that's got the Ferrari and the R8. Andy. Yeah. And it's like, who cares what you drive? Yeah. Everyone, but because people like that, that hurts people's ego. It bothers them when they're, it's like, I could care less, bro.
Nah. You got to cut that ego. And that goes with trading too. Like, cut the ego out. Mm-hmm. You have to cut the ego out. If you don't cut your ego out, then you're not going to, like, I've seen so many people in this industry come and go, self-sabotage themselves.
All day.
Mm-hmm. It's bad. It's rough. This industry is a cutthroat too.
Well, you got to think too. It gives people, look at how many people we've lost to suicide and stuff too in this industry because of just,
it's hard.
It's hard. It mentally, you go from one day, you've got $150K to blow on parties, and the next day you just blew another account, and that money's gone. Mm-hmm. And when they're not emotionally stable, it can wreck you.
It can. It's hard. Like, it's hard. Like, it's very, very hard. Trading is not for everybody.
No, it's not.
But like in the same thing you said, I've come to learn that a lot of people don't necessarily want to be like the best when it comes to trading. And at first I thought everyone just wanted to like quit their job and be the craziest trader and be just full-time trader.
Yeah, I did too.
I've realized there's a lot of people that just like are happy. Like and it was because I started a signal group. Like I've always said, never do that. And everyone kept asking me. So I was like, I'll do it. Come to realize there's a lot of people that are just happy at their job and when they get an alert on their phone, taking a trade and making an extra $200 a week.
Yeah. It pays for a cell phone bill. It pays for rent.
And they're just like
car
happy
insurance.
about that. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like not as crazy, it's not crazy, but like it's epic. I love it. I think it's super awesome because it's real learning and realizing that not everybody is for that. And it's a good thing.
Two, I mean, $200 a week for some people is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's $800 a month.
That's a good bit of money.
I mean, you look at, like, I was driving here and there's not billboards, but like the little signs up in front of places like, now hiring $9 an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're making $800 to $900 extra a month, that's an extra 120 hours when you figure out taxes and all that working somewhere.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Can you imagine giving 120 hours of your time away for that a month? That'd be wild.
So with all of that being said on the side, let's talk about something a little fun, something that me and you are both passionate about.
Yeah. So our relationship was built on alcohol.
Alcohol.
So if you want to hear something crazy, like Instagram, that's how it started, was alcohol.
Yeah.
I sent you a message and was like, yo,
I was just getting into whiskey.
I was like, you drink whiskey? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, let me send you some stuff. So I sent you that, caregiver package of whiskey, and that's kind of what kicked it off.
And then we started just going back and forth, sending each other whiskey.
And then we'd FaceTime
and get hammered. Oh my God, we'd get obliterated. We'd sit on the FaceTime for like 3 hours and just get obliterated.
We fell asleep on FaceTimes.
Yeah, it was bad.
And our wives would pick up the phones and be like, oh, hey, Megan. Hey, Hannah. Andy and Anthony just went to sleep, I guess, talking to each other.
It was bad. We'd get completely obliterated.
But what's really cool is, now we don't not even no, and it's not.
I mean, we do, but not.
Yeah,
like
and it wasn't even purposely that way.
No.
It was just, I think, a change in tides.
Now we smoke weed.
Yes, God,
smoke weed, do some cocaine, a little bit of crack. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, we just kind of took our focus. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like the whiskey's fun and all that, and like we still enjoy it, but I think we just started realizing that we had more fun working.
Well, I think you get to a point too where it's like, what else can we do? Like, I mean, when it comes to whiskey, granted, there's some whiskey out there we don't have that we could find that's still $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. We could do that.
Stupid, ridiculous.
But I think we finally just realized at some point, it's like, between all the bottles that we've got together, and you bought my collection, and then I remanufactured another collection. It's like, I did the math. If we took a drink every day together, a 2-ounce drink, we would have to drink for 136 years.
It's ridiculous.
There's no way that's going to happen. No. So it's kind of like, at this point now, it's like we've got some pretty
drink
scarce
bottles.
Yeah, we have pretty scarce bottles, and we've got good collections, and it's a good conversation starter for people,
and it's a good piece to have.
Yeah, so it's there.
Yeah, it was fun, and it was a cool experience, and I learned a lot. And I do want to get back to that more, but we just
it's just not here right now.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah,
in a few months it might be.
Yeah, a few months we maybe pass down this
and
table.
that just goes with like the whole what we're saying, even about trading and just in life. Like, live in your moment and experience and time. Like shit's gonna change. Nothing is gonna be perfect.
React to it.
Yeah. Like I always say, don't predict the market. React to it. Yeah. Same with life.
Just react to it.
Yeah, just react to what comes at you. Like, and you overcome. Like, you're always gonna, guess what, make it out alive to an extent. Like, you're always gonna overcome your first world problems.
Yeah.
Like, your first world problems, you're always going to overcome it. And so, like, just live life and react to it.
I love it, man.
And that's like, it's my greatest like piece of advice and tip is just go with the flow of life,
So with that being,
and that's what we've
everything's been that way. It's just by the flow. Yeah. So ending this, man, congratulations on a little daughter.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's awesome, dude.
It is. It's fun.
How's...
I get drunk? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, on some aha.
Yeah. Aha. No. It's a blast, man. I love it. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard as shit. But it's cool.
I'm ready to do a podcast with you on family stuff now.
Dadcast.
Because that's something that's cool.
The Dadcast.
Well, you got to think, a lot of people that watch these motivators and influencers in the Forex market, crypto market, there's really only a handful that are actually families that are doing this together.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do like a dad podcast of the Forex traders.
Dadcast. I know a lot of dads that are traders.
It'd be fun to get everybody together to hear their perspectives, because we see the going out and the partying.
We'll get Q. We'll get Derek, me, you. Who else?
Who else has kids?
There's a lot of people that have kids.
Yeah, I can't
think of it off the top of my head.
Well, that's the ones that matter.
Emil just had a kid.
Yeah.
Emil just had a kid.
I feel like we're forgetting someone we
are.
Tag.
We are. We're going to be dicks.
Ugh.
They're going to hate us for this.
Yeah.
But no, that would be fun. Let's get a round table, like a giant round table, and just do a dad cast. Forex dad cast.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds gangster.
Forex dadcast. Because I think it'd be good perspective for people who are, because I hear a lot of family men and women alike say, I can't get into trading because I work and I have a family and I don't want to be strapped to a phone and computer. But it's like, look at Derek. Derek's a prime example because he posts a lot of stuff too. He doesn't live on his phone and computer. Like he's got a set schedule of how he does his stuff and then he's out with his family living life. So I think it'd be cool for us to all
just get the different. I'd learn a lot. Just get the different perspectives.
Oh, I would too. We'd all learn together.
Yeah, let's do it. Put in the comments if you want to see this.
Yeah.
Like, drop a comment below. Be like, Dad cast.
Bro, we could plan it out to where everyone flies to one central location, and we make it an event with our families.
Yeah, I could.
That'd just be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
So if you're a Forex trader and you don't have a kid, you've got 9 months to get a kid to be part of this event.
You better get to work, baby.
You're going to have guys going into the bedroom and they're like, babe, I got to be part of this.
I got to be part of this trip. We're doing this. Let's get this. Pop this kid out, damn it.
I love it. Well, dude, thanks so much, man, for having me on here.
Absolutely.
We've been trying to do this for so long.
We have been. Last time you came, we just didn't get to it, but
we had too much fun elsewhere.
Yeah, we did. You did. But it's been a blast. I hope you guys learned something. Once again, his Instagram handle will be down below. Don't you have a Pip Lab Instagram?
Yeah. No.
We're slacking.
Dude, there's too many fake accounts. I didn't want people to go
That is true. But you know, his main Instagram will be down below. He shares everything there. You can follow him, learn from him, grow with him, and experience life through his eyes, through his Instagram a little bit. All real stuff. He's a great trader, great father, great mentor, great friend. He's crushing life. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
And also, I appreciate all of you.
Yes.
Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell because we have things dropping on a weekly basis, and you don't want to miss any of that. Thank you for joining Paradise Studios, and let's have some fun.
Y'all be good.